So, I spent a lot of my childhood in Hong Kong, which is the most transit-dependent city in the world. And so when my family moved to Michigan when I was 16, the lack of public transportation was one of the major aspects of culture shock. And I've lived in Portland for the last 3.5 years, but had gotten used to driving and only recently became transit dependent when my car broke down a couple months ago. And since public transportation isn't really a viable option in most of the US, I'm really grateful for trying it. That being said, I really miss having a car. When I had a car, it only took me maybe 20 minutes to get to certain places that now take over an hour. I'm the piano player at the church that Avon earlier referenced, and sometimes I've missed my transfer on my way to church, and in a panic had to call a radio cab, which resulted in $30, $40 trips that I really couldn't afford. When really just getting a $5 pass is really expensive for me. So I find that the lack of reliability and frequency of rides to places other than downtown is one of the biggest difficulties I have with the public transportation system. And if and when I get my car fixed, I think I will go back to taking my car everywhere other than downtown and the most frequently stopped areas. I think many others have these same feelings, same frustrations, and this results in only the most socially and environmentally conscious riders and those who are poor and have no choice but to take TriMet to be the only ones who are using the transportation system. Which leads me to my support of the campaign for fair transfer. For the very poor, the difference between $2.50 and $5 to get to the doctor or to get groceries or a job interview can be the difference between having dinner or not. Sometimes, like these people, I've had to choose between having a meal or taking the bus. And so I would like to voice my support for the campaign for fair transfer so that the most vulnerable residents of Portland are able to participate in society and able to access essential health services, purchase food, get to job interviews, get to church, and do other necessary errands. So, in conclusion, please help create a more sustainable and socially just city by extending the bus transfers.